doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
Welcome to SCV chat.
Hey, we gotta start off right with our pep talk, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it. Good evening, everybody. Did you miss us? Did you think you'd get rid of us that easily?
Some of you probably hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're back. Oh my goodness, it has been a is this in the White Dudes for Harris Zoom meeting? Great way to segue into this. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast are not those of the SCV, its GEC, nor any division, brigades, camps, or other subsidiaries, strictly those of us expressing them, especially those that are commenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's a great way to come back.
That's yeah.
Haversham, Carl.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, we're already starting back on a good note. It's like almost fantastic. Like school starting back. But hello, Wes. Hello, Mr. I'm gonna throw him off track early in the show. Chuck McMichael, ATM councilman, past commander in chief Chuck McMichael, Gerald Nelson, Frank Kirby, Michael C. Hardy. Love seeing what you and the traveling Hardys are doing. Wish that we could have had some more time in the Carolinas to gone up and seen you. But, you know, maybe one day if Patreon will kick off. Dave Perkins, good evening. Keith, nice to see you. Forstall's just got off the phone with him. Roy and Linda, Army of Tennessee Councilman Roy Hudson and Miss Linda, how are y'all? Kennedy Twins, Dr. Sandy Mitchum, David Pope, glad to see you. Jason and Lloyd, you look like you had a great time there. What was it? Second Kernstown, 160th. Looks good. Victor Smith, Chuck McMichael again with that comment that threw us off. Paul Grambling Jr.
Dave Perkins, fan in the SCV.
Faversham Carl. Hello, Terry Klima. It was good seeing you at reunion. I hate we didn't get to talk that much, but I was glad to see you. Susie, happy belated birthday. You're still 29. Ray, good to see you. Glad to see the Matthew Talbot Nunnally camp tuning in.
Yeah, good to see y'all.
Horse Fleming on watching on YouTube. Miss Linda, we love and had great time seeing you. Especially love the fact that you were able to send some shots downrange during the inaugural moose hunt. We'll talk about that later on.
No, we won't.
Yes, we will. Derek, we're glad that you had a good time. Hey, Eric Pravetti, hope you are enjoying life back at work. Rich Garcia, it was good to see you. Phil, nice to see you. We do need to change the music now that Candyman is no longer with us. But we
it sounds like he's passed. He's
he's just no longer involved in the show.
Yeah, no, he just left the show. Cast member.
But you know, but the jingle does need to change, and you know, we may put out a jingle contest. You know, if you write the best jingle, you can. I've got another better Nerf gun at the house. It's actually a sniper rifle. But the magazine only holds 4 rounds. So
yes, pay your dues, everyone.
Hey, unless you're a life member on the division and national and camp level, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I had to send in $10. Moose call.
Yeah. So anyway, we're back. We had a wonderful time at National Reunion. Sorry that we could not go live more. It just feels like more and more these days, especially at National, that we got a by the time that we had set aside our time to go live, it was 10, 11 o'clock at night, and all the stuff that was going on in the national media. Like I said, with everything going on at the national media, we were watching the certain political parties convention. I will be watching the other political parties convention as well, so it's not favoritism.
Take a nap.
And Moose has fallen. Hey, well, he hasn't fallen. Hey, Jordy. Nice to see you, Jordy. And Moose dropped his phone and it broke.
You wanna hear something funny?
We're waiting.
I forgot my computer charger
Oh, where'd you forget it?
at the house.
Oh. Well,
Go ahead. Ask me.
How much battery do you have?
11%.
There you go, dumbass.
It's a great way to start back.
Well, Forrest, if you're still watching, if you have a spare charger with you,
I don't think it fits my computer.
well,
It'd be like that.
it do be like that sometimes.
I don't even know where I put it.
Oh, that's even better. Ladies and gentlemen, our technical producer for the past 4 years, Moose. Hey, Kyle, Hey, listen, Kyle, this is week one. Starting in
SCV
late.
chat, yeah.
Of a new SCV chat year for awards. So right now you are on time, or not on time, but you are in the running for the coveted and not given out this past year son of Harold Thomas Philpott.
Thomas Franklin.
Thomas Franklin. Sorry, somebody. Punctuality award. So what King of the Hill character best fits Moose? I'm gonna either say Joseph or Khan Senior, Khan Supanufaphone.
I guess I'll take those.
Yeah.
You are allowed to keep more than one charger. Well, that's why we have a Patreon, to help get more equipment. Hey, segue. It's a good segue. I think it was good.
Yeah, well, you also thought you had your charger with you.
I thought it was in my book bag, and because that's where I put a lot of the chat stuff. And I got no, Sean, no.
He is not. Yeah, thank you, Carl.
Thank you. I suppose
he is not Bobby. And going behind the scenes, it looks like Forrest may be coming in clutch. Nope, not yet. So, anyway, Jason, I start to identify more and more with Dale Gribble every day, especially when trusting the government and his infamous quote, "Never trust nobody." So. No, Boomhauer's too much of a ladies' man for Moose to be Boomhauer. No, he's not. But he is unmoldable. So we're gonna do our we didn't do the PowerPoint that we were supposed to do at National, but we ran out of time.
Yeah, I thought we'd save that for the second half of the show and focus the first half on just getting everybody on and talking about the craziness of reunion.
Okay. Well, we're starting to lose members of the audience relatively quickly because of our silliness.
Hey, you guys must be new.
Yeah. And that's why they're not on Patreon. So speaking of silliness, I do want to thank those that came out right before the John C. Calhoun oratory competition contest and participated in the first ever moose hunt. We've toyed around with the idea for 3 years now.
3 long years of debate.
And Moose said, "I won't do it unless we raise $150 for the museum." Well, you know what? We surpassed that. We raised $200 for the museum. And Moose doesn't know it, but I have one picture uploaded in here.
No.
Yep, one picture.
No! Take that down.
Forrest looks so happy.
He looks way too... Stop!
It was the best. It was the best $20. It was the best $20 he spent the entire weekend.
No, that was supposed to stay at the oratory, like the oratory. No, stop, stop. I hate to tell y'all, you're never seeing any more of these pictures again. Piss on you too. Love you. We're never showing any of these again. No, delete, and delete.
Yeah, he says that, but if you go join our Patreon, I've got like 4 other pictures uploaded in there.
Yeah, he does.
And Jude, if you're watching this later on, I need you to send me the other ones so that I can put them on the Patreon thing. I also did a really good write up.
My feet being called ugly is I've been called many things since joining the SCV. Getting my feet called ugly is a new one.
I never called your feet ugly.
No, not you. I'm talking. You actually gave me some nice comments talking about how I frailed around as I died. Dave Perkins, our first Patreon member, a supporter of the chat, just said that. Oh gosh, those are some slim, ugly feet.
Yeah, well,
looks like putting down old Yeller.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: we were gonna sell feet pics, but Patreon's easier.
Yeah, see, that y'all could have gotten a much worse deal out of the Patreon.
Yeah. What did I say about? I think I said your oversized feet.
No, I don't think you said feet at all.
I did. Well,
you called me fat.
I did not. I said clad in a full body, too tight moose suit.
Yeah. It's a too tight moose suit, ready to be a target for an unusual hunt.
Yeah, don't read all of it.
Pranced into a hall.
Yeah, where was that? Where was you prancing? Pranced into the hall in his oversized hooves, clomping on the carpeted floor.
Well, go join Patreon if you want to see him.
Yeah, and read the full write up.
I'll do that too.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
It was. We did raise some money, and luckily, I can take a joke.
Speaking of money raised, talked to Executive Director Adam Southern earlier, aka Big Pookie, and Adam figured out how to work that one into the jingle there, Carl. He did say that they are still divvying out exactly what all was raised and putting it into the accounts. But there was a little over $87,000 raised at the reunion, with a vast majority of it going towards the museum. He wanted to remind everybody that we're now under $1 million. So our debt is now under $1 million. We have until July 15th, 2025, so less than a year to pay it off, or else it goes to renegotiation, stuff like that. But it's very attainable. So let's just really quick math. Let's say that it is 9,005 or 950,000. Moose can't read. I can't read numbers. If we divide that by, let's say, 300 days, that is roughly $3,000 a day. Divide that by the number of members that we have in our organization. That's 12 cents per member per day.
I think you took some talking points for this Thursday for our new commander-in-chief. Oh, we're happy to. We got to keep our lights on too, Commander.
Hey, and speaking of our new commander-in-chief, our new lieutenant commander-in-chief is in the chat as well. So glad to have all the top brass
my condolences
on and watching. And yes, Paul, the 21st century Confederate heroes. I was told, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, that there is a conditional option for it. If you can't pay the entire amount up front, you can break it up into smaller payments. And I am planning on doing my first payment this Wednesday. So I'm going to be doing that and try to break it up into 4 subsequent payments after that.
Oh, I'm doing something similar myself, but my camp has already beat me to the punch, actually, with joining 21st Century Confederate Heroes.
Ah, yes. See, Paul said I can, so I'm doing it. So.
21st, up to 18 months, command or past Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshier says.
Once you get the title of commander, you're commander for life. So.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we will have past Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshiers on next Monday to help us celebrate 4 long years of SCV chat.
4 long, arduous years.
Torturous years.
Nah.
No, it's been great. And yeah, speaking of which, we do have Commander's Comments this Thursday. Getting back in the swing of things. It's a new era of Commander's Comments as for this first episode anyway. It will be me and Commander-in-Chief Walter T. Donnie Kennedy on to give you an update on what is happening at your national level of the SCV. Shooting this fall, but it's on yours truly. Yeah, well, we might do another moose hunt. I don't know.
Well, we are. And if you, hey, trivia question for tonight. If you could figure out where I clipped that exact quote from, you get a free shot at moose during the next moose hunt.
Oh no, let's not guarantee another moose hunt now.
Let's
not.
We are, because after the museum is paid off, what's next?
The Forest Monument.
And do you want the Forest Monument to go up?
I want a lot of things in life. That doesn't mean I'm going to wear a moose costume for every single one of them.
Well, just not every single, just once a year for about an hour.
This is not going to become a tradition.
No one's saying it's tradition. I mean, we had it's not like we said the first annual like most Southerners do. It's the inaugural. We'll do one for the Forest statue, and then we'll do one every subsequent year for SCV chat.
No. I might sign on for 2 more if y'all buy me another moose costume that I can fit into. Maybe. And I'm only going to do it for General Forrest because I'm named after him and my father.
Sean, to be honest about getting GCB into a costume, somebody has to police the brass, and that's my job.
If I can do it, you can do it. I don't care if you come out in a dead gum bear costume or a unicorn costume. I don't care. But I say one time you have to join me in this. Dad can police the brass.
Listen, somebody has to call the moose. and believe me,
Dad's great at multitasking.
And I got shot. Ann shot me. Adam shot me. That other person shot me. Sean, you want to get banned? That's how you get banned.
Care Bear costume. Yes.
I'll tell you what. I actually have a Susan Sarandon mask I will wear for Moose to be allowed to shoot me, and that's it.
Yeah. Dave, contact me after the show. I thought we had this settled. Dave's still trying to become a friend of the SCV. If anybody could help Dave, please do it. Dave Perkins in the chat. I thought we had it fixed, Dave. So we'll talk to me after the show, and we'll figure out what in the world's happening. But yes, please, or wear the T-Rex costume. Wear the T-Rex costume.
Speaking of, you wanna go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah. So it was a stressful.
Or do we want to go in order of days?
No.
Okay.
Actually, it might be hard to jump around. So yeah, we might want to jump go in order.
Okay, so our trip started on Monday. What was that Monday? The 15th. We went to Hank Senior's. Well, we went to Montgomery first. Had a great time in Montgomery. Harrison almost got a hamburger that took 45 minutes to cook. And if you could figure out how it takes 45 minutes to cook something, hamburger, please let us know.
No.
We are dying to find out.
Must got those easy bake ovens that they gave to toddlers with that one light bulb.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Probably it.
And a member of the wait staff who was completely over shenanigans, and we weren't even shenaniganing.
No, not surprisingly.
Yeah, but we stopped at the first White House of the Confederacy and did that. That was pretty cool. Love the heat vents there at the top. I'm pointing at it on the top of my screen, but you can't really see it. But it has the Liberty cap on the pole. So that was pretty cool. Really, really nice staff. Bunch of good Jeff Davis artifacts. A lot of good Jeff Davis artifacts.
Phenomenal.
Including a bloodstained sock and one of his suits that he wore while Bo war. Yeah. Then we went to Hank Senior's grave. And I'm telling you, Hank Senior's grave is huge. I mean, it is gigantic. Very, very beautiful. I saw the light, took pictures. Hank's actually buried next to some Frenchmen and some Brits who died during training during World War II. So that was, kind of cool to see that. We then drove, and we drove some more. Stopped at Buc-ee's. Drove some more. Stopped at the Burger King. And
if we get 50 Patreon members next year when we go on the Buc-ee's, I'll wear the moose costume in the Buc-ee's. Continue.
Thank you, David. Appreciate that, buddy.
Oh, that's great.
So, did that. Then, yeah, and it's funny that the Matthew Talbert camp is commenting that the whole world calls him Hank. Right after we're like we pull out of Montgomery, I'm listening to Sirius XM as I'm driving because my sister can't drive worth a darn. I'm a lot better driver than she is. The David Allan Coe, The Ride comes on, and my mother's sitting in the back seat. She's never heard that song. So I turned it up loud so she can listen to it. And then she's like, oh, that's pretty cool. We just left the script. Anyway, got to Savannah at about midnight. Yes, I am. Got to Savannah at about midnight. Then we rode around Savannah. We went to the Pirate House. What?
Just noticed you just posted a blurred out picture of the moose hunt on Facebook. Thank you for that.
It's on Patreon. You can't see it. You can't tell who shot you.
I remember
went to the Pirate House.
That's just phenomenal. Arr, where be my French fries?
Yeah, that waitress was a lot more accommodating. The waitress from the other night or the other day.
Oh gosh, bless her.
Yeah,
heart.
It was because Harrison was talking like a pirate.
For everything, I ordered my meal, asked for a refill.
Yar, I want a sweet tea. Yar,
man, get the refill.
I want a hamburger, just meat and bread.
Cheese and bread. And my side French fries.
And she yarred back at him. I mean,
she did.
We went up to the gift shop, and is that picture in here from the gift shop? No, it's not, but it's about to be. It's about to be. It's about to be. Where is it? Oh darn! It didn't make it. We'll have to put it on Patreon.
Yeah, there's a picture of my father. Are you talking about that one?
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great picture.
Yeah. From there, we went to Forsyth Park, and absolutely beautiful park. Did not realize it at the time, but later found out that the monument is owned by I believe it's either the UDC or the SCV there. So inside the park, inside the fence is locally owned. So that was cool to know, and very, very beautiful monument.
Outstandingly beautiful. I loved it.
Went to the park, or went to the fountain at the park, took pictures and enjoyed the local scenery. We're going to leave it at that. Then we went to, we were going to Fort Jackson. Fun fact, there's a Fort Jackson that is in New Orleans, and my GPS for some reason,
oh, that was great.
My GPS for some reason was routing us there. So we ended up
didn't realize it for a while too.
Yeah. No, we realized it about a mile down the road when it said, in 700 miles, take a what? So that was fun. But we went to Old Fort Jackson. Old Fort Jackson is it's cool. A lot of good, interesting stuff in there. If you are on Patreon, you see our day one photo dump. There's the photos we took from there. It looks over the Savannah River. There's some stuff about gunboats and all that sort of jazz. Good medical display. It's about 50-50, I would say, on telling the narrative. But the narrative that they tell about the Yankees is a lot more Yankee slanted than ours. So do with that as you will. Then we went to Fort Pulaski. Wasn't he in the Monkeys? Way before your time.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where Todd sees gentlemen at. It must be talking to everybody else in the chat.
Yeah, it's not us.
Yeah. So anyway, we did we went to Fort Pulaski, did the fort as best as we could with the short amount of time that you'll be given. I will say this, when they kick you out of the fort, they mean it, but the island doesn't close down. So as you're walking around the fort to get pictures of the bombardment side of the fort, scream, "I'm a good old rebel," as loud as you can while you're walking around it. And the National Park Service will come up and look at you.
We didn't do that. Not at all.
I did.
Yeah, well, we all did. And the stares we were given.
Yeah,
magnificent.
Hey, I'm an American taxpayer. That is my fort. I paid for the fort. Yeah. So I will say that again, kind of went on this rant. I'm going to go on this rant again. I understand leaving coins at monuments and at headstones means something. I know a penny means one thing. I know a dime means something else, and the various other denominations that you can leave there. However, save your 12 cents every day and mail it into the National Confederate Museum. Don't leave it on a monument to, I don't know, the Immortal 600, to the point where you can't read the names of the men that it's there honoring, that this is their only headstone. That's just me. That's just my thing. Yeah, Sean, I see what you're saying in there. But it's to leave it there at the National Park Service, because we don't have the picture, but we had to rake some of the coins off to be able to read the names of the 13 that are there. It's bad enough that they have no individual markers, that they have just one that was put up in 2012, almost 150 years after their deaths. So mail it to the museum in their memory. That's just my views and opinions. What you gonna say, Moose?
I mean, you can put like there was people that put them on top of the headstone or the monument where you could still read the names. Just saying that maybe not put them in front of the names of the men.
Yeah,
I mean, you're covering up. So if people want to come by and remember these men, they have to dig for their ancestor's name, or if they're just coming to pay respects to a veteran. I mean, that was this year was the first time I was introduced to the Immortal 600. I hadn't heard their story before, so when I go there, I don't know their names off the top of my head. I wanted to see them,
especially the 13 that are buried there without any other marker denoting that they're there.
I mean, I'm not saying don't leave something out of respect. Just put it next to it, put it on top, just don't cover up the names.
Send it to the museum.
Hmm.
Anyway, so we did that. That was fun. Hot and fun. We then
oh gosh, it was so
went
hot.
and ate supper. We had pizza at the house. And watched, I can't remember what. I think we watched Deadpool. Chuck Mack, I imagine that the Yankee government does keep that money. So anyway, watch Deadpool, watch some other stuff. We left and drove the hour and a half north to Charleston.
Hour and a half, yeah.
And then we did the pre-GEC meeting. And then we went to the Battery.
Wait! You almost forgot. I got a lint roller out, and I had to clean Jason's suit before he walked out to everybody. He had to look good.
I missed that, but that's part of your duties as a former aide de camp.
I'm a former aide de camp. I won't be getting Jason his coffee or carrying the lint roller around to clean him up, and I also carry tissue for his shoes. I don't know why, but
no, he can't have his boots smudged.
Yeah.
Had a great time at the Battery.
I've forgotten about that picture.
I haven't. I want one. I want one.
Oh, please get it outside your house.
Outside, two. I want one outside. I want one inside. I want one three. I want one mounted on the roof of my car. But we did that. We looked at the monument that the was on the medal. So that was cool. Enjoyed that.
Great job, Jacob.
Yeah.
Keep coming to
him. Especially repping the shirt at that Fort Sumter. We did not go out to Fort Sumter.
I want to. It's just it takes like a whole day away from you, and there's just so much to do,
Instead, we saw it and we waved at it.
Yeah, we waved.
Yeah, because it's a federal installation again. Let's see. Then we went on a little bit of a so Forrest, my sister, and I and my mother are all big North and South fans.
I have to save watching it. I do want to watch it, but there's a bet I have to win, and so I have to win that bet.
Yeah. So we watched some clips of it to try to find some shooting locations that they shot in Charleston. So we were able to track down the Madeline's house, the Fabre house. And there's a scene out of there that Forrest got to reenact and was extreme. Like the trip went downhill from there. Nothing topped that portion for him. So
I haven't seen my dad that happy in a while. He had a big grin on his face. I think we made my dad's day from the 20. How old were you when the first time you watched that, Daddy? Like in your 20s?
Yeah, probably. So we did that. We also saw, we did not realize it, that the exterior of the Hazard House was shot in Charleston as well. So we went by Teens.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was a minute. That he's going to throw something at me. I might not get fed tonight. I might want to shut up.
Yeah,
because I'm still financially recovering from national.
I'll never financially recover from this.
No.
So we went through and did that. So had
yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say we did that. Lot of fun with that, and went and ate at South Carolina style barbecue, which was okay. Mine was okay.
I really enjoyed mine.
The hype for it, I was expecting a little bit more smoke. I'm used to more smoke, but yeah, it is what it is. Thursday, we got into opening ceremonies, and you should have been able to see the videos of the opening ceremonies. I will be huge shout out to Camp Number 4 for us opening with the doxology. That was a really nice touch. Awesome.
They did a great job, and I mean, not talking bad about them, but I mean, the host hotel threw a lot of things at them this reunion, and they did a lot of stuff to make sure that, you know, everybody was comfortable, and they helped us out at the banquet.
Yeah.
Like they gave us Wi-Fi and a charger. I mean, we weren't going to be able to film a lot of the banquet because we honestly forgot some of our equipment. Or actually, no, we need to replace some of our equipment that's gotten damaged. No, we have. Do you?
We forgot the equipment.
No.
We forgot the equipment.
Time out. I didn't forget anything. I just remembered that all the phone chargers we brought are the portable phone chargers are damaged.
I had one in my back pocket the entire time.
You never told me that, and I asked twice. Twice.
The thing is, the cord that I had for it, the cord that was in my car is a type little one.
And
it wouldn't have, wouldn't have fit.
It wouldn't have fit, but another reason to please join our Patreon is some of our equipment broke.
We didn't forget the equipment.
No,
we just grabbed the wrong cords.
And I grabbed the wrong cord. Yeah.
There.
So I will say I grabbed the wrong cord, but also all of our portable phone chargers are broken, and we
we're just incompatible with the equipment we brought.
No, they're broke.
I'm using the portable phone charger that I brought with me right now.
Yeah. I'm not talking about yours. I'm talking about the ones for my phone.
No. We both have an iPhone.
Yes, but different cords and different boxes.
Yes, because it was incompatible.
Yes,
the cords were incompatible. The bottom of the cords did not match the regular USB.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we should have an IT guy, Eric, but we can't afford one.
I have to learn on IT for Dummies. It's it's a real hard book to read. It's got so many words.
So anyway, Friday we went into the constitutional amendments, and we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that was a long day.
Yeah. God love Herman White.
Thank you, Eric. I had no idea. I love Carl. Oh, that's great. that's great. It was so much fun. I bet it was for you, Pastor Commander.
Well, the guys are on the break now. Don't know where they've gone to. Let's go to the kitchen and get ourselves a treat.
All right, and we're back.
Horse, are you asking about this show, this episode, or are you asking about just some of the stuff that happened when we were in a hurry to? I will say this: we stayed offsite, because of the hotel thing. We just decided to go ahead and just rent a house.
Yeah.
There are definite benefits to both.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah.
So benefit A is you can run up to your hotel room and get the right cord. Benefit B is if you drink too much champagne, you don't have to worry about your sister driving your car back. But at the same
Or
time,
figuring out how you're going to get home.
Uber, baby.
Uber.
But yeah, that's benefits to each. Benefits to each. Everything ended up going on a paper ballot, pretty much. So that made for a very busy Saturday.
Very busy Saturday.
Yeah. And this is the first year that I've not been on the tellers committee. And I'm glad that
we don't have a copy of it.
We don't have a copy of it. Sean, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head what all passed and failed. I think the first two that dealt with 584 did pass amended, pass as amended. But the other ones did not pass, especially the ones about voting. And then the one about establishing quorum, which was number 10, was withdrawn. Yeah, I didn't say it. You said it. So anyway, Saturday we we're going to give okay, so amendments numbers 1, 2, 8, and 9 passed. I can't remember what 8 and 9 were.
I can't either, funny enough, but I think I had
the associate member one, it passed. I think it passed as amended.
I think, but I had to run out of the room a lot Saturday, so I can't honestly remember.
Yeah. I can't either. Resolutions were also done.
The dues one did not pass.
No, it did not. And trying to think of what else.
I was very happy with the resolutions, I think, if I remember correctly. Again, I would have to have them in front of me to say, but I think they were all pretty good this year.
Yeah, they were.
I think I agreed with you.
Yeah, they had the normal one, thanking the camp. Another one that I can't remember. One that everybody thought was going to be controversial, but it wasn't.
The guy who I think wrote it listened to what everybody had a problem with.
The membership, yeah.
And he changed it to that fitting. So I want to give him credit. That was very nice. Yeah.
Very diplomatic.
Very diplomatic. Yeah. Hats off to them.
We had elections for officers. The winners of those we posted out there. Can't remember all of them off the top of my head. I know that Walter D. Donnie Kennedy got elected commander in chief. Tony Griffith won lieutenant commander in chief. Jamie Graham won ANV commander. Randy Burbidge won ANV councilman. Carl Jones won AOT commander. Roy Hudson won AOT councilman. I cannot remember the name of the ATM commander. And Chuck Mack won councilman for the ATM.
Yeah, I think you covered everybody. Army? Did you cover Army of Northern Virginia Councilman, Mr. Randy?
Yeah.
And Army of Trans Mississippi Commander John McCommon. McCommon.
Yeah.
Everybody commenting.
Jack, is there a total attendance count? We don't have one. It was announced how many camps represented as well as the number of delegates represented. But read the Constitution on how a quorum is established at the national reunion. It's different than at a Division one. But we also had over 800 delegates. So, cover the resolution related to the military in Arlington. Sure, my camp will want to see them. I am sure Chuck McMichael or headquarters will have a copy of that. So just reach out to one of the two. But they should have a copy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to bring up the PowerPoint now.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We did forget to talk about one thing. With all this business, it was very tense Saturday, and a T-Rex appeared.
Was that no? That was Friday.
Was that Friday or Saturday?
I thought
it was
Friday. It was
Friday.
It was
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday, because it was very high tension Friday with all the amendments, and so T-Rex and the astronaut came in to lighten the mood. There they are with the little T-Rex arms, and they went out and took pictures and had a grand old time. Had a grand old time. That's fantastic.
I remember sitting there because there was a discussion about putting the veteran electronically. And I was just about to go up to the microphone when we ended the debate. And it was about having the GEC go and look at the possibility of it. Anyway, it failed, and I was about to go up there and make a point, but it didn't turn out because it is what it is. And I'm looking over, and in waddles in this T-Rex and this astronaut, and I thought to myself, my God, somebody's being brought up on charges for this, and there's no way I'm going to be able to help one of them. Luckily, people started laughing, and we moved on with life.
I applaud those brave men for trying to cut the tension and remind everybody we're Southern brothers. We're here on a very important business, but let's not take ourselves too seriously sometimes, because some people will get easily offended. So I think it was a good cut from the tension. I mean, there was a lot of anger can build up sometimes.
Yeah, would have been better if we'd have been able to shoot at the T-Rex.
I'm telling you, next year.
Anyway, so
talk about
our national reunion update. So for those that are still watching and have not followed through with the past 4 years of silliness, during the global pandemic of 2020, COVID-19, a group of SCV members decided to hold a virtual memorial service because people couldn't gather. We couldn't honor our ancestors, things like that, at the grave of Lieutenant General S.D. Lee in Columbus, Mississippi on April 25th, 2020. We chose that date because it was the anniversary of the day he gave the charge. It was myself, it was Forrest, Lieutenant Commander-in-Chief Jason Boshears, Carl Jones was there. My, at that time, first lieutenant commander, back when I was division commander, Stan Rhoda was there. My division photographer, Randy Jackson, was there. Past division commander Jeff Barnes were there, and the various wives of those members that had wives. Most of them were there. And I think Mississippi had you can only gather in groups of 10, and we had 10 people, barely over or if not just barely over the threshold. At the national reunion in Jacksonville, Moose and I began discussing the idea of a SCV themed live stream show, and here we are. We got somewhat approval. We began streaming on Twitch. And quickly began growing. However, Twitch banned the Confederate battle flag, so we moved to Facebook and YouTube. SCV chat continues to this day. We continue to thrive, offering 2 weekly shows filled with Southern history, news, updates, and the embodying the enduring spirit of the South. So for those that are not familiar, these are our social media sites that we're on. Facebook, obviously, YouTube. We do have an Instagram that we're slowly rebuilding, as well as a TikTok channel.
TikTok.
We've got some more Tiki Talks that we have planned for the future. Why do we do this?
Forgot about that slide. Sorry.
Well, Winston Churchill, who, despite his politics and some of the shenanigans he pulled in World War II, still loved Churchill's mind. But he is reportedly is saying one of the signs of a great society is the diligence with which it passes culture from one generation to the next. This culture is the embodiment of everything the people of that society hold dear: its religious faith, its heroes. When one generation no longer esteems its own heritage and fails to pass the torch to its children, it is saying, in essence, that the very foundational principles and experiences that make the society what it is are no longer valid. This leaves that generation without any sense of definition or direction, making them the familiar fulfillment of Karl Marx's dictum: a people without a heritage are easily persuaded. In such a situation, leaders must emerge who have not forgotten the discarded legacy and who love it with all their hearts. They can then become the voice of that lost generation, wooing an errant generation back to the faith of their fathers, back to the ancient foundations and the bedrock values. And next slide. We are that voice. Our goal from the start of SCV Chat has been, as it says in your upper corner, reclaiming the narrative 1 week at a time. We want to reclaim that narrative on a global scale. So that, to us, is the narrative about the South, the narrative about our ancestors, and our narrative about the SCV itself. A lot of people, when they hear our organization's name, they think that we are a bunch of shirt and tie, book nerd scholars, and that while it does fit some of us, that's not just who we are. We like to have fun. We're the bedrocks of our communities. You'll have a guy who is a member of the SCV who's also a member of his local Masonic lodge, his board of deacons on his church, pastor, something like that. We are the South, and we deserve our story about who we are as well as who our ancestors are to be told correctly.
Amen.
So what we cover, and of course there are other shows that are affiliated with us. There's David Pope's show in the Friends of Douglas Southall Freeman chat on Fridays, as well as Look Around Florida with Sean. But at least that's directly connected to the channel and the initial birth of the idea. We have SCV Chat that covers Southern history from 1607 to today, including the Revolutionary War, the Constitution, War between the States, World War I, World War II, Southern culture. We highlight our museum and Look Around the Confederation, which tells the stories of the SCV's news, events, division, camp, brigade, other subsidiaries, projects, Army workshops, the National Reunion, I said that the AOT workshop, the pilgrimage at Elm Springs, Commander's Comments. There's everything that's not chat. Monday flagship falls under the Look Around banner.
We also cover a lot of events and just honestly just talk about how history is being destroyed.
Right. So this is our statistics and stuff for this year. We have a new and improved website, scvchat.com. Harrison did a fantastic job building the website.
Thank you.
He is a decent webmaster. For being self-taught. He is a great webmaster for being self-taught. When he said that IT for Dummies thing, he has done a great job figuring out how to. I mean, you can even watch the show there live right now if you don't want to watch on YouTube or Facebook. We encourage everybody to watch on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube because we're going to be making more content and doing some stuff that is just YouTube related. Because we want to build up our YouTube numbers. So go like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Because if Mark Zuckerberg ever decides to kick us off Facebook, that's our backup plan. Yeah. And then the backup plan is the website.
Which we need more Patreon members to help do.
Stop doing the thumbs up. That sends off the fireworks in the background.
That seemed like a great moment to do it, honestly. Yeah.
So again, we have our website, scvchat.com. We'll bring that up in a second. We've also launched our podcast, where you can listen to SCV Chat anywhere at any time. Because a lot of the SCV news is based off of pictures. It really doesn't do any good to listen to pictures. Yeah, I know. And we can only broadcast one show at a time right now, so we broadcast the Monday show. But you can listen to that on Spreaker, which is our preferred platform.
Yeah.
But Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts on. So you don't have to tune in live. You can catch the audio replay. Patreon, our Patreon campaign is live. Live right now. We provide a special chance for our patron backers to help us with the show while the show will remain free. Memberships allows us to buy better equipment like these microphones, more equipment like the correct cords, improve our programming, and give us a chance to actually do research. Patreon.com/SCV_chat or SCVchat.com will show you how to get to that as we wrap up the show in a little bit.
And Patreon can honestly help us step up SCV chat beyond what any of you are ready for.
Yeah. And so can the potentials that we have with YouTube. So
yes, please.
Leaving that there. Also sending stars. Sending stars helps.
Yes, we haven't talked about them in a while.
Yeah. We have, and especially as this is a Patreon exclusive, our Moosehead book review. And David has been talking about this in the chat, and we'll bring up his comment here in a second. But Moose wants to be a historian. Being a historian is a lot like being a doctor or a lawyer, according to Shelby Foote. You talk about your Moosehead Book Club, and I'll find David's comment about what he's offering to do on for our next two patrons.
Yeah, right now we're on Abercrombie Seed, 4 British Folkways,
or Albion Seed.
I had said that in my head about 5 times to get ready for that, and I still
Abercrombie and Finch Seed their seed. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's why I'm studying to be a historian, because obviously I'm not going to be a philosopher. But to talk about it, again, I wanted to train and become a historian, but also, I mean, with the destruction of history in our world, a lot of people have been losing knowledge. So this series will cover the war between the states, Southern culture, Southern heritage, American culture and heritage, the American Revolution, and just as many possible things we can get to grow our knowledge. It's going to be an ongoing series, and it is a Patreon exclusive. So you can go listen to the first episode, and there's a place for you to go find it easily at scvchat.com. Just hit episodes, and you'll see a lot of great destinations you should go look at. But you'll see the Moosehead Book Club. I'm very proud of this series. I think it's going to do very well. I hope so anyway. But I hope you guys join on my journey as GCB has to corral someone who has ADHD into talking and reading and learn along with us all. Yeah.
Albion Seed, for those that are not familiar with it, is a social history of these United States. And I continue to say that because A, it's correct, and B, my Grammarly always tries to correct that and put the, but no, it's these Grammarly. And dives into the 4 major cultures, English cultures that built America. So we're in the Puritan culture right now. We'll go into the Cavaliers and the Scotch Irish next, and then we may do the Quaker culture. We may not. Just depends. But David Pope, who has been one of our first, he was in our first 10. Says that for the next 2 patron supporters who sign up, DM him, direct message him, and you will get a complimentary copy of Albion Seed, so you can read along with us. The next episode we will be recording next week, and it will be on I threw my notes away, but I believe it's like the family, all the stuff that's related to family, so like child rearing, family ways.
I think so. I have it saved somewhere what we're doing, but I think we were doing the family next.
Yeah. Which we did an overview of Yankee culture, and now we're diving into the specifics. And you, as you read the book, you will learn a lot about understanding their culture, because as Sun Tzu said, if you know yourself and know your enemy, you'll win all your battles. If you know yourself but don't know the enemy, you'll for every battle you'll win, you'll lose one. If you know neither yourself or your enemy, you'll lose every single battle. So trying to learn ourselves a little bit more.
Yeah, and again, I'm looking forward to this, not just to become a historian, but to understand our ancestors, to understand today, to just understand our culture and heritage. I don't like the fact that you're smiling. That scares me almost at this point in the show's history. Am I muted?
No, I'm smiling about Carl and the genuine imitation camel humps, and
Big habit. But yeah, and I pull up a very serious comment from Carl. That's the lovely thing about Carl Jones, our Army of Tennessee commander, that is going to throw me down a stick shaft one day. But he can comment something hilarious and something very serious. But yeah, no, I wanted to throw that up there. It's definitely a very important book, and I'm glad Carl recommended it to us. Been a great read so far, and I'm actually looking forward to diving into it again after a 2-week break.
Yeah. So Harrison listens, or Moose listens to it for the most part because he's usually driving or something like that. I actually am lucky enough with my work schedule to sit down and highlight, and that's how I have to do anything is highlight. And I've used up 2 highlighters so far, and I'm just in the first just in this first part of it. So, but Hackett Fisher writes very well. But anyway, that's getting too much of the book review itself. We've also started our Veteran of the Week. We will resume that when we start back on actual episodes. This is our reunion update, where we our yearly update, and then next year's our big last non-business episode for a while. I think Harrison's computer finally died. I'm gonna go ahead and pop him off as I finish this up. But we've asked viewers to submit pictures of their ancestors, as well as their unit designation, and we feature them on the Monday show. Our eventual plan is to turn all of those into the National Confederate Museum so that they can be on record in the future and preserved for the future. Also, we're working on a full feature-length documentary on the history of the SCV. Moose is back. It is still in its infancy, but we are working on it. It is a continuation of the Faces ad that we are very, very proud of. So we'll be recording, past commanders and chiefs, trying to get some real grandsons that neither grandfathers recorded, as well as some other younger perspectives on the SCV so that we can tell our story. It's about 20 questions per segment, and we think that if we can take each of those 20 questions, take the audio from them, make a good commercial out of them, then that's a bunch of content that we can share out there for everybody. So this year we are proud to announce that we've had unprecedented growth. This is from July 23rd, 2023 through, and even then, those numbers are, outdated, almost 2 weeks old. We've reached over 1 million people on Facebook alone, including YouTube, which we really need that to grow, as well as our podcast, which we just launched, our Instagram, which we're rebuilding, and our TikTok that we're starting to build stuff for. We're really proud of those numbers because to put those into perspective, year 1, we only reached 140,000 people. Year 2, 215,000 people. Year 3, we did 400,000 people. So we're consistently doubling our reach every single year. But this year we're going to surpass that, or we've already surpassed that. And we want to reach hopefully 1.5 million by the end of the year. So how can you help? Follow us on Facebook. But more importantly, follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Share all of our episodes, as well as the pictures and other stuff we put out on your social media, on your camp social media, your MOSMB chapter, UDC, whomever. Share. We try to share in as many groups as we can, but we're limited to do that. So share for us. Join our Patreon because that helps us. And remember, when you submit your camp news to the Confederate veteran, submit it to the Confederate veteran, but also submit it to us so Moose can cover it on Thursdays. We like to highlight, Moose likes to highlight what the Confederation is doing. So submit that to us as well. So
So how bad do I sound right about now?
you sound much better with the microphones. Hey, see, remember, Patreon got us these microphones.
That's why I didn't want to speak, because I'm going to clip that section.
So proof that Patreon works.
If
Other than that, we had a great.
Listen to the chat update. It will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, because my computer died.
Yeah. So the I forgot one thing, one spot that we went to.
What?
Went and saw the Hunley crew.
Yes.
So go ahead.
HQ is hiring a part-time position in membership.
Can it be remote?
Yes. Can it be remote?
And can I work overnight? So we did not get so part of our criteria for our hold on. Do you want to cover the chat awards or the national awards?
I put pictures in there. I put pictures in there for the chat awards, and Paul, Past Commander-in-Chief Paul Gremlin said that one of the Robert E. Lee Award winners does not know he won it yet.
Okay, so we won't mention him.
No,
I know that Tennessee Division Commander Joey Nolan that he won his. So congratulations, Joey. Yes. As well as a certain very, very tall man. I'll show this one first. So congratulations to Historian in Chief and First Lieutenant Commander of the Mississippi Division Forrest Dawes on his winning of the Robert E. Lee Award. It is a very prestigious honor to win it, having won it last year myself.
No, show the picture. That's a great picture of us, but show the other one.
I will.
Of y'all rubbing it in my face.
No, not necessarily rubbing it in your face. But you see, last year's winner, next year's winner, 10 years from now winner.
That's just rough.
One of these things is not like the other. We did touch medals, but we only touched the tips. Hey, Forrest, I told you.
And there is the email I'm getting from Facebook and YouTube tonight.
Probably. You're welcome. And of course, congratulations to Jason Boshiers for winning the much coveted and much deserved Jeff Davis Chalice. For those that are not familiar, the Robert E. Lee Award is the second highest award that the organization gives out, but the Chalice is the highest award. It's only one is given out annually. So congratulations, Jason. Very, very well deserved. Very well deserved.
And we'll talk about this next Monday a bit, because part of that is going to be the Thank You Jason episode we never got to film, as well as celebrating 4 years. But Jason's done a lot, and for a man that talks about tooting your own horn and posting stuff on social media to get the SCV out there, he doesn't toot his horn a lot, and he's done a lot for this organization, especially the past 2 years, but since he got in.
So
I gave him that T-Rex tie.
Yeah, I was going to say he also got a specialty tie. You can't really see it, but that's his head photoshopped on a T-Rex's body.
T-Rex that says Commander and Rex on it.
Yeah.
I should have taken a picture of it up close before I gave it to Commander Boshiers, So, Commander, please send that in. We'll post
Wear
that.
it Monday. Wear it
Wear it.
Monday.
Don't wear a suit, but just wear it.
Yeah. Of course, I had to get my picture with my twin.
What side are you on?
Yeah, exactly. Our triplet was not available for the picture at that time. But we also did our chat awards on Saturday night because part of the requirements is that the chat winner has to be there.
Yeah.
The award winner has to be there. So starting with let me see what other. Oh, I don't want to show the. So the winner of the Brotherhood Award,
The Brotherhood.
this year
Brotherly
was,
Love Award.
yeah, was Jason Boshiers.
Bless
I know
you.
you can't really read it and you can't really see it, but that's a picture of me and Moose from last year with our Jason puppets. And it says on there, "Roar" means I love you and dinosaur.
He looks so thrilled.
Right. Then the next one was the Let Your Light Shine Award, another
Yeah.
inaugural award for this year. Winner of it was Jason Boshiers, because he has let his light shine for the past 4 years, putting up with our bullcrap.
Yeah, bless his heart.
And then the much coveted, often replicated but never reproduced Cross Spatula Award.
Oh, wait. There's another award before that one.
Does the hat go over that one?
So it's cross spatula and hat.
Yeah, that's the only ones I've got.
Huh? I sort of could have swore 1 second. Technical difficulty. I could upload it if I wasn't on my phone.
If you're talking about this one, that's something else.
Oh, wait. Well, we got one picture of him with it. No, I'm going to upload this. 1 second. This is too good
Which
not
one
to
is
put
it?
on. It's the picture of him in the hat.
Oh no, it's in here.
Okay, I was about to say I could have
Yeah.
swore I had one.
Yeah. So chat head of the year, if you can't tell the theme of everything, was Jason Boshiers. Now, when we stopped and picked up this hat, it is a child size hat. It is a child size tricorn hat.
Oh, it's perfect.
And yet it fits perfectly.
Oh, it's just magnificent.
And Miss Linda got a tiara.
Yeah, we do want to mention that she got a tiara.
Jason was happy that he finally got some headwear. One thing that we did not have time to do at the reunion was auction off a bottle of George Dickel from the 1998 National Reunion, 102nd. I donated it to the Army for the Army to be able to auction off at the meeting, but we didn't have time for it. So because we didn't have time for it, it came back into my possession. And just as it was part of my dad's SCV memorabilia collection. And just as because I didn't want to carry it back to Mississippi and, it break. And I'm trying to downsize some of my SCV collection. I did give it to Jason on behalf of the chat crew as a thank you for 4 years of excellent service. So that's him with that bottle of George Dickel. And I think that covered it until we went to the hotel lobby.
Oh, just wait. One more.
And we drank.
And we need to talk about the winner of the Cross Spatula.
Oh, did I cover that?
The award, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
SCV chat gives out. It's Jason Boshiers.
Yeah. If you couldn't tell.
I don't know if this surprises any of you, but in all seriousness, we gave Jason this one simply because of his heavy involvement in not only the creation of chat, but helping us get on our feet and then continually to help us throughout these last 4 years. He has been a big part of SCV chat. And Commander Boshears, we hate to tell you, just because you're out of office doesn't mean you're leaving. We're going to find things for you to do on this show.
So he definitely had a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
I mean, just I mean, the chalice is enough, but you know, to get the much coveted, you know, cross spatulas, Chad Head of the Year, and then 2 other made up awards.
I
really,
mean, he came in like Michael Jordan and three-peated it.
I mean, he did a fantastic job, and he, like Carl said, he's got a good sense of humor for a little feller.
Yeah, he does have a great sense of humor because he has to put up with us.
Yeah. And then, of course, his flag toter disappeared, and some of us had to end up taking his flag. I did get a room tour, so that was nice.
What? I didn't even know about this.
Well, you disappeared.
Well, I guess we can say that I was absolutely the worst aide de camp Jason could have asked for. And,
well, but,
definitely,
technically, by that point, Donnie had assumed command. So you know, you weren't active anymore.
Okay.
But hey, last year I got a room tour of the Al Capone room. This year I got a room tour of the T-Rex room. So it was all good. We then adjourned to the lobby where alcohol was consumed, and lies were told, and stories were told, and jokes were told, and some of them were not family appropriate and shall not be repeated here. Was happy to see. So for those that don't know, Carl Jones, Tom Strain, and Larry McClooney and I, we started back in 2015. Carl, correct me if I'm wrong on that year, but I'm pretty sure it was 2015. There's a long name. The easiest way to say it is the Imperial Spatula Cavalry. There's like the Holy Roman, Double Secret Super Probation, Vatican.
...2014. Is Connor frozen or am I frozen? This is a great question, and it shall be debated. Who is frozen?
Hold on. What happened is my lovely Wi-Fi on my phone went out, so I'm having to use the Wi-Fi from the office now. So there's that.
It is the Imperial Order of the Spatula Cavalry.
That's the short name.
Yeah. They are very selective of their membership. I've been trying to join for 4 years, and they tell me no every year.
No, we don't. No, you're not willing to go through the ritual.
The ritual will make sure that there is no second generation of the cross of the Spatula Cavalry.
Listen, as Larry originated the initiation, but we three of us before we left got our picture taken with the glorious all hail of the Spatula Cavalry. So yeah,
been a great year.
It was a really great year. It was 2014, so I was. You sure it was I think it was February 2015 because I just gone through initiation of KA, and I was trying to, when we were writing the ritual, trying to base the ritual off KA's ritual, and then Tom pulled out that Rubbermaid spatula and woke Larry up. So like I said, anyway, had a great Paul. You know, it's a miracle we even have the meeting. Although if anybody wants to join our Patreon, so hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Just from our point of view on things. Let me go to present, share screen. So this is one thing that our Patreon does allow. Is there's a community chat forum to where you can actually go in there and chat with other chat heads. I don't think I could say that any other way. And you could organize your own thing.
Yes, but if you're talking about an official chat head supper, I don't know if there's any other big events that we might all be in the same town for this year. I could be wrong, but it might have to wait all the way up until the pilgrimage next year or even next year's reunion, honestly. I can't think of another big event off the top of my head. I might be missing something.
Well, I will say that there is an event that everybody can come to, that we both will be at, and that we'll probably go eat supper at on Saturday night. '30th annual Fall Novar, October 18th through the 20th, 2024. We'll be there. In fact, we got a planning meeting for it this upcoming Sunday. So yeah.
Yeah. Dues are
So
due on Wednesday.
Yeah. Then 1 month grace. Don't let the grace period be an excuse.
Yes. Please help our wonderful HQ staff.
And Eric.
Poor Eric. He comes on to talk about reunion with us and he gets attacked.
I'm the Don Rickles of the SCV. I mean, I've got a,
Yeah. A natural feud. It's like Peter Griffin versus the chicken.
No, Don Rickles just made fun of everybody.
Yeah, you do make fun of everybody.
Well, I was going to pull up.
Bless his heart. I'm guessing he froze again. No respect at all. I feel bad for you, Eric.
Easy there, back? Rodney. Yeah, I was trying to pull up the website, but it won't let me for some reason. I think it's the work thing. But yeah, go to scvchat.com to find out more about our Patreon, or visit our bonfire store. Our bonfire store is where you can get t-shirts. We did see some people, or for sure one, wearing our chat t-shirt around
thank you,
around the convention, and we do appreciate that. So you can get that. The old logo shirts are no longer available.
Yep, I'll have to edit them off the website.
I've already deleted them off the bonfire. So if you wanted to get this logo on a t-shirt, wait to see if National buys one or not.
Hopefully they do, because all my money went to National, so even I couldn't get one.
Yeah. But we have great looking shirts.
Yes, I'm still going to get one of my favorite quoted t-shirts we have there. I'm with the South in victory and death. Yeah. I think it's just very fitting. Yeah, I think it's very fitting in today's climate to have that shirt.
Well, it is almost 9 o'clock or 8:30ish. So we have enjoyed our week off. We are happy to be back. I am hoping, but next week we'll have J-Bo on. Let me see what next Monday's date is. So we'll have J-Bo on the 5th, the 12th. We'll do a history episode. Not sure what yet. And in case anybody is interested, I need to plug this. The Mississippi Division Sons Confederate Veterans is hosting a Southern Culture, History, and Heritage Education Conference. Cost is $40 at the door. but includes lunch. So we are wanting as many people to pre-register for that as possible. It is open to everybody. So all people who love history or want to learn more about history, please join. We'll have speakers like Carl Jones, Grady Howell, who's a local Mississippi author, a great historian, Larry McClooney, Ron Walters. It's named in honor of Carl and Nancy Ford, who were true Southern patriots. They started a conference in Laurel, Mississippi. We've named it, and they're trying to continue it on in their name. So we are encouraging everybody who can attend. Link to registration for the conference is in the chat. So we're so if you're Central Mississippi, it'll be in Central Mississippi in Raymond, where the Battle of Raymond was held in 1863. So we encourage everybody who's interested to come up. There's plenty of hotel rooms in Clinton nearby, as well as Flowood, Madison area. But should be a good day of fun, covering all aspects of Mississippi's history. So from the Constitution all the way to Reconstruction. So hope to get some folks interested in coming and seeing us. Paul, Todd, if you're still watching, Todd, we expect you to come, Todd.
Yes.
So
Adjutant
Command.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to read what he's saying.
There's an adjutant and commander training class this Thursday at 10, and there will be another one on the 15th at 4 p.m. I think that's everything. Carl said he did look it up. He was right. It was 2015.
Laughy face, meaning that he put 2014 originally.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do. The 12th, we'll do something historical.
Yeah.
I don't know what yet. I will be on the show on the 19th, but the 26th, I will probably not be on the show. On the 22nd, I just scheduled it right before reunion. I will be having a medical procedure and will be out of pocket on the 26th and at least September the 2nd. So have fun with Moose.
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
That's for your motivation.
Oh, I'm motivated for this.
But yeah, no, we'll announce a kind of schedule after, because me and GCB kind of scheduled the next 2 weeks, and we'll probably look at the schedule we have in place for the next couple months, but we'll more than likely rework it. Like, for example, Look Around is about to get interesting. We have Commander's Comments this Thursday, so please go support us and get ready for that. And we'll see what's next.
So what do you want to talk about in 2 weeks? This gives me a good enough time to research.
You know we're still live, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay. I was just we usually plan off the show.
I know, but we haven't thanked our sponsor yet.
Go ahead and thank our sponsor, because it's
8:30. I know what we can do.
And I want to eat, and I
know
still
what we
have
can do.
something to do after this.
I've got that new book on Jeff Davis, so we can do some more Jeff Davis. Hey, speaking of Jeff Davis, did you know that Creative Cockades has some wonderful Jeff Davis cockades?
No, I didn't.
Well, you should have paid attention to the first half of the season. She's got this one and other ones. We just finished a beautiful national reunion. I saw somebody wearing her version of the original UCV one at reunion. I meant to say, hey, cockade looked good, but that's based off of original UCV one. Creative Cockades is this season's sponsor. She is doing fantastic work with her research and documentation, her quality workmanship, and her personal customer and professional customer service. CreativeCockades.company.site or Google them. A bunch of great research she puts into them. What better way than showing your Southern pride than wearing a cockade? And even if you're from one of them damn Yankee states that do not, and that's not a cuss word, that that did not secede from the Union, but you had a Confederate ancestor fight in a unit. Get their cockade, or just get the basic CS one, and you know what? Show your pride for an independent Southland. My views and opinions. Hey, David, she does have cockades where you can actually either request your favorite Southern hero or submit a picture of your ancestor, and we'll put it in there. So you can definitely get a Jubal Early cockade.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I know a couple I could get whenever I have money. One of those things. That's my one per episode. I'm a broke, poor, merely poor young man.
Merely?
I do it. It's late. I'm hungry.